What is up, guys? Welcome back to another tier list video. Now today I'm going to be doing something a little obscure, a little in the past, but I wanted to do it anyway. I want to do a Miitopia class tier list. So let's start out with D rank. Let's just head right into it. So D rank, I have the tank, the musician, and the princess. The reason for the tank is you can't even regularly attack unless you spend MP, and that's not a MP heavy class. You can cause a lot of quarrels with actually good moves like Human Cannonball and what is it called, like Loose Cannon, where you just shoot like 8 times and you can shoot your friends. A huge quarrel starter, and honestly, if I could replay my Miitopia series, I would not pick tank. My other class that I picked, geez, I picked some bad classes. Musician. You cause great friendship and you hit multiple enemies for little damage, and that's about it. It has its uses, especially when everyone's in a quarrel. You can just make everyone be friends again. You have some pretty good moves like Out of Tune, and I mean, that's about it. I don't think Musician's really that good. And then the Princess, I don't think Princess is super good. Andrew wanted me to put him like in C tier or something because of like the double royal wave, but that's like the only good move they have, and you don't get that for a while. The royal wave is pretty good. The double royal wave is pretty good. Tea time is all right, but it heals you for like very little and gives you a little bit of MP back. I don't think it's that good because you could just heal yourself with either sprinkles, bananas. You can get MP with a horse nuzzle, or like you could just do a lot of other things that is not tea time, and I think Princess is one of the worst. Next, we have C tier. I'm like, they're all right. D was just like, I do not recommend playing these guys at all. C tier is like, they're okay. Flower is a healer. So honestly, I usually wouldn't recommend that. I'm now realizing that this, what's it called? Tier list does not have Cleric on it, so I will insert Cleric where I think they will go. Anyway, Flower, it has Bluster, so it can attack with moves like Bluster, but it's mainly MP, HP focused. Then there's the Cat. They have Hone Claws, and that takes like 80 turns to charge, and that's mainly why they're in C tier. They have Cat Paw, but they can miss. So when they attack, they're really good, and they are great. They're great for like MP as well. Like they're like a heavy hitter support class, but there's a lot of downsides to the cat. B tier, we have the elf, the imp, and the thief, and this is where I'm actually going to add the cleric. So I think the thief is really good, very speedy. He's the fastest guy on your team. Doesn't hit super hard. But that speed, and honestly, you can set traps and stuff, like very, very counter attack character, doesn't hit a lot. I mean, he hits all the enemies, but he doesn't hit hard. Honestly, just an okay character, and that's why he's in B tier. They're all right. Cleric would go next. Obviously, you're focused on healing. You're not hitting a lot. But when you heal a lot. I have had many runs where the Cleric has just saved me because they're like, Omega Cure, boom, you're back to full, and it's been great. So that's why I got to give Cleric that little shout right there. I think the Imp is all right. What's it called? It's like Butt Poke and Naughty Pitchfork and Punishing Pitchfork or whatever. Really, really, really solid, good moves. And all right in speed, I guess. Like, they're kind of average. They can't take a lot of damage. They're a glass cannon, basically. Deal a lot of damage, can't take a lot. And their normal attacks are all right, but they're mainly focused on MP. And the elf, honestly, I'm so sad that elf is like meh, because you have to wait until the end of the game to get them. They have like music arrows, which are really, really cool, and they hit pretty hard, but that's about all they got. They can heal the team. They do a little of everything. They can heal the team's HP, heal the team's MP, distract the enemies, hurt the enemies, counterattack the enemies. But they're not good in one particular area. They're very balanced. And I think for this game, balanced is good. It's kind of like the Thief. It gets you in B rank, but there's so many other things where you're just so strong that being balanced is actually bad. And that's where we go to A rank. These guys, I'm like, if you have a free slot on your team and you don't know what to do, if you don't have these guys, add them to your team. They're a necessity. So I have Scientist, Warrior, and Chef. Chef is super good. He heals your guys, HP, MP, he can deal a lot of damage. He can insta-kill in some cases. He's just overall good. He's very, very balanced, except he's kind of like the elf, except better. Now, yeah, the only, really bad part that I have with the Chef is he causes quarrels very often. If you've seen my Miitopia series, Frank caused like 80 quarrels. But it's really, really good. Really, really good. I like the Chef. The Warrior is really, really good. Super strong physical attack. Super buff defense. Now, the MP attack is actually where this character lacks. They have Jump Slash. They have Double Slash. They have Dark Eyed Slash. And those moves are really, really good. Really, really powerful in their own right. But this character is you use my base attack. And then I protect people from getting hit. I eat up the damage, and then I retaliate, and that's kind of what you do. The Warrior is a better tank than the tank is. It's really odd. And then the Scientist, when you start out with the Scientist, it sucks. You have Glitch, which is really, really good. And then you don't get anything for, like, ever. But you can, like, help people from status ailments, like sleep, like laughter, like crying. And then you get Black Hole. So, honestly, this guy is very just, like, mediocre. He's like really, really good as soon as you get him, mediocre in the middle game, and then really, really good at the end. And I might have a soft spot for Scientist since I picked him and he was like the only good class. So he might actually be lower. I probably wouldn't put him below B rank maybe, but I'm pretty solid that he's an A rank. And now on to S tier. There's only 2 classes here because they're just so OP. If you don't have these guys on your team, you're doing something wrong. It's the Vampire and the Wizard/Mage. The Vampire, you don't get till the end of the game, which really sucks. But you get hit, you dish out damage. You can turn your friends into vampires. You hit all the enemies. You can resurrect yourself. If you're at 1 HP or 0 HP, if you get knocked out, sometimes you're just like, I don't feel like it. I'm still alive. It's honestly busted. This is the type of character I would want as that ultimate unlockable. The elf failed bad, but the vampire crushed it. This guy, OP, and honestly, if he was in the middle of the game, probably would ruin it because you're just breezing through him. And the Mage. Now, my gosh, if you've seen my Miitopia playthrough, Andrew and I loved this class. You get tons of MP level up moves. Unlike the Scientist, you get like 5. But like the Mage, you get Fire, Thunder, Freeze, Omega Fire, Omega Thunder, Omega Freeze, Explosion, Mega Explosion, Pillar of Flames. It's insane. Like, you get all these super duper cool moves, and they almost insta-kill anything. When you start the game, Fireball kills. When you're in the middle of the game, Omega Fire kills. When you're at the end of the game, Flame of Pillars and Mega Explosion kills. It's crazy. The Mage is unstoppable. The only thing is, your attack sucks, your defense sucks. But man, if you can live a hit and you have enough MP, which is also another gripe, you use all your MP moves and nothing else. But if you use that MP correctly and live a hit, those enemies are gonna die. Period. That's it. There's no way around it. So yeah, I know this was a very odd, like out of the blue tier list, but I did want to get you guys a tier list because you guys really do seem to like it. Please leave other tier list ideas down in the comments. I just started this series and I honestly don't know where I want to go with it. I could do NFL teams. I could do, I don't know, Marvel characters. I really don't know what I want to do. It's up to you guys. Please leave comments down. And I have one more tier list idea, but if you want this series to continue into 2022, please leave likes first off to know that to let me know that you still appreciate this series, but also leave other comments down because I don't know how long my creativity will last. Probably not very long. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace out, everyone. Later.